and I'd like to introduce Uncle Charles Chicka Madden to welcome us to country. And it's the second time I've seen Uncle Chicka this week, because he also came to Carers Day out at Redfern on Tuesday, which was a great day. So I'll give you Uncle Charles. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Good morning, folks. My name is Charles Madden, but known around the inner city of Sydney as Chicka. Now, that's a nickname that I got many, many years ago, going to Redfern Public School, which is now NCIE, the National Centre of Indigenous Excellence. Folks, I'm from Gadigal land, Aboriginal land. That's the land we're on at the moment. For many, many years, I've lived and worked around the city of Sydney. I've been involved with many different Aboriginal organisations over the years. I've been a director with the Aboriginal Medical Service at Redfern for over 40 years. Also a director with the Redfern Aboriginal Housing Company, Aboriginal Hostels Australia, and the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council. I've got to mention it, folks, also a life member of the Redfern All Blacks Rugby League Football Club. Thank you. Folks, for many, many years I've lived and worked around the city of Sydney. I'd like to take this opportunity this morning to extend a warm and sincere welcome to all of my Aboriginal brothers and sisters, non-Aboriginal brothers and sisters. If we have any brothers and sisters here from the Torres Strait or further afar across the seas, welcome. Welcome to Gadigal land. The Gadigal clan is one of 29 that makes up the Eora Nation. The Eora Nation is bordered by 3 distinctive landmarks. We have the Hawkesbury River to the north, the Peen to the west, and the Georges River to the south. Those 3 rivers form the boundaries of the Eora Nation. Folks, if you've travelled across this great city of ours today, the state or this great country, welcome. Welcome to Gadigal land. Enjoy your stay. Have a safe and trouble-free trip home. Once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Enjoy the day, folks. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you have a lovely day, mate.
Thank you so much. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, but also pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, but also to welcome Aboriginal carers and people that might be attending today. So thank you for coming along. To get proceedings underway as well, it gives me great pleasure now to introduce Melanie Gibbons, Member for Parliament. She's the Parliamentary Secretary for Families, Disability and Emergency Services and is also the member for Holsworthy. And it's great that she could come along today to officially open the conference. So I'll give you Melanie.
Thank you so much. I was just saying that I like a fast intro because Parliament starts sitting at 9:30 this morning, so we will be quick, and then I will be straight down to Parliament. So thank you so much for having me today, and I'll also acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. I know you've got an absolutely exciting day here today, and I believe you've got some time with Robert Fitzgerald, who's the new Ageing and Disability Commissioner. A very interesting man, and I do encourage you to take some time with him and have a one-on-one chat if you can, because he has a great work experience and background, but also has some interesting plans for the future as well. So take your time with him. I think he will be very, very worthwhile for you. But welcome to everyone today. I know we've got a mix of people in the room. We've got our service providers, we've got professionals in caring, we've got academics, and we've got carers also here today. And I think you will get a lot out of today. I hope so anyway. Can I mention that I am representing the Minister, Gareth Ward. I know he's been incredibly busy with Carers Week events, as many of you have as well. And as with Parliament sitting today, it's a busy week, so he does send his apologies, but I get the fun of coming along, so thanks for having me. So today we come together in Carers Week to explore innovation and initiatives in policy, programs and practice to support carers, especially in 4 ways that I know you're going to be spending some time looking at in the workplace, through research, in community and in the diversity of caring as well. So these are all important issues that deserve deeper exploration and reflection, and as I said, I know you'll be doing a lot more of that today. Interesting to note, it would cost around $20 billion to replace the hours of unpaid care each year by just New South Wales alone, to replace those carers with formal services. That's a huge figure, and if you think about it, that's comparable to the size of the whole health budget for New South Wales. So, to put that into perspective, quite simply, we couldn't function without carers. Our society, our communities would not work. So thank you for all you do to keep us going. So, particularly as a government, we acknowledge and value the contribution of those estimated 904,000 carers in New South Wales in supporting people to live independent lives and to remain in their own homes and communities. We know that carers obviously need our recognition and our support, and it's important to come together as policymakers, as practitioners and as advocates to share the ideas, the best practice and the innovations as well. I hear that this time last year at the 2018 Carers New South Wales conference in Sydney as well, the Carers and Employers program was launched, and that's a project under the New South Wales Carers strategy to bring together employers to champion carer-friendly workplaces. So in that spirit of supporting carers in the workplace, another theme of today's conference, I'm proud to state that the Department of Family and Community Services was the first government agency to gain accreditation under the program. So they're accredited at level 1, and the next goal is to be accredited at level 2 for the new larger Department of Communities and Justice, or as we all now know it as DCJ. So as a lead agency for carers in New South Wales, DCJ is delivering the New South Wales Carers Strategy. It funds the Carers Investment Program, and it leads the implementation of the New South Wales Carers Recognition Act in 2010. So that New South Wales Carer Strategy complements reforms in other areas such as disability, mental health and in ageing. It ends this year, but it helps shape a lot of programs for carers and employers and projects supporting carer health and wellbeing and engagement, projects to improve information for carers and projects to raise awareness for carers. So a review of that strategy is currently underway, and its findings will obviously determine the next strategy, which will take us all the way through till 2020. It's a 10-year strategy. Pardon me. So DCJ is currently working with carers and key stakeholders to co-design this strategy. And I hear there's been some very successful workshops already in Dubbo, in Wollongong and in Sydney. And the department has the survey open till the 31st of October, where carers can have their say in the next carer strategy. So I believe the DCJ carers team are here at the conference, so you can find out more and you can have your thoughts put into that strategy as well. So this week being Carers Week, the New South Wales Government has supported many fantastic events. I've heard a lot about them to support carers in our community. I know that Minister Ward hosted a morning tea on Monday with carers at Parliament. Then he attended a pop-up event in Martin Place which promoted carers and employers as well. He told me that it was a very well attended and engaging event, and it highlighted how important it is to support carers in the workplace. The government is also proud to have funded Carers New South Wales to administer the small grants to organisations across New South Wales to hold 491 carers events during Carers Week. Those events provide time out, support and recognition to carers in their local communities, and that's really important that they feel that value. So I think you might have seen some videos that were put up of carers all this week on social media. They were developed also by DCJ. That campaign is running all week on the FACTS website. So if you want to share some videos as well, please do and raise that awareness of carers on social media. Just finally, my final point, I guess, to make is that the Commonwealth Government really has responsibility for the delivery of aged care services and the delivery of the National Disability Insurance Scheme. And I'm sure you'll all be interested in hearing about the new National Carer Program, the Integrated Carer Support Service at the panel later this morning. But whilst the Commonwealth has a very important role, there is obviously plenty we can do at a state level as well, and that's where our commitment lies. I know that Minister Ward's looking forward to launching the new 10-year carer strategy in Carers Week next year. So for today, I wish you all a very successful, a productive and informative conference, and I hope you'll be reinvigorated and energised and ready to continue your roles to provide support to carers and obviously for the people you care for as well. So have a fabulous conference, and I am sorry that I need to steal away so quickly. I like to stay and get to listen and actually get an understanding of what you're doing, but with those bells ringing to start Parliament at 9:30 this morning, they will have my guts for garters if I'm late. So thank you so much and all the best for the day. So.
Thank you so much. I think the conference really is at the right time because there's so much change going on at the moment, and with the introduction of the Integrated Carer Support Service, which has been a long time coming, and there's been, I suppose, a lot of expectation around that. We now have that, we know who the providers are. We're going to have the opportunity to meet the providers later this morning on a panel and have some discussion around that. So I think the focus for today really is around those different areas that the Minister just mentioned, talking about carer support, thinking about support in the workplace for carers, thinking about support through research. It's important to have an evidence base to know what works, what doesn't work, and where, limited funds should be targeted and responses, should be informed by that research. Support in the community, so that broader piece around community engagement around the issues of caring, and things like the videos and the promotional work that the department and others are doing is really important. And I think it's important that those things continue, not just in the Carers Week, but continue throughout the year. It's not just to sort of have that focus just for 7 days. It's really important that we have that focus for 365 days each and every year. But also that broader piece around the diversity of caring. We know that carers experience different things when they live in rural and regional remote communities, when they might be in Aboriginal communities, whether they might be from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds, or whether they're young carers or they're ageing carers, or from different communities and cultures. It's important that we think about that diversity of caring because the response for carers is not a one-size-fits-all. Carers can experience similar issues, but they need different responses. It's important that those things are targeted and that we learn and talk about some of that support and that targeted support and how we can tailor that support for carers.